Hi Scorpio, welcome to Spirit Mail. This is a general reading and it's a collective reading, so it's not going to resonate with everybody because not every Scorpio on the planet is going through the same thing at the same time as far as our journeys go. So if it doesn't resonate with you, check out your moon and rising signs, and if you're still not finding the answers that you're looking for, just ask for guidance. Perhaps another tarot reader is going to have what you're looking for, or it could be in a song or on a license plate, or who knows. Just ask for guidance and be open to hearing what it is where the message is. Okay, so this is, like I said, a general reading. We are going to just walk through a Celtic cross and see what it is that Spirit has to say to you. Okay, God, guides, angels, archangels, Holy Spirit, we thank you for Scorpio. We thank you for clear and concise messages, and we thank you for clarification, confirmation, and validation as we walk through this Celtic cross to see what your message is for Scorpio. We also thank you for love, light, and prosperity. Okay, I'm just going to let you know that the theme kind of has been personal journey, spiritual journey, so it's likely where we're headed. Your current energy is Page of Earth. What's crossing you is Ten of Air. The underlying issue, because of where you are right now, is Seven of Air. And in your recent past, we get Patience. And your crowning energy, wow, is the Call. Your near future, King of Air. Okay, and your attitude about all this right now is the Hangman. The outside influences, Six of Air. Hopes and fears, Three of Water. And potential outcome, Seven of Earth. Okay, so let's see what this is about, Scorpio. So currently, you have just started perhaps a new business or a new relationship. You've just brought something new into your reality. And whenever I say something new, that doesn't mean that you started yesterday. It could be, yesterday, a year, or whatever. But you've got something new going on in your life right now. What's crossing you is the Ten of Air. So, in this particular deck, and I love this deck because it's the same as the Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords is where you feel stabbed in the back, where everybody let you down. Well, in this particular deck, you can see that they've taken all of those disappointments and just blown them away. They're just done. They no longer are triggered by the same things that used to trigger them and stuff like that. But this is actually crossing you. So it's telling me that it's possible that you're still having some issues with worrying about what people think, with holding on to past resentment, past anger, past shame, past guilt, things like that. You're holding on to stuff that's not serving you at the moment. The underlying issue of all this is the Seven of Air. Now, the Seven of Air is the same as the Seven of Swords, and it can be looked at a couple different ways. Some people look at it as deceit and envy, like you would be the one who's deceiving or envying people or whatever. Some people look at it as don't worry about what other people think, all that stuff. It just depends on where it shows up in the reading, really, and what cards are next to it and all that stuff. But in this deck, it's the Seven of Air. So whatever has happened in the past, whatever, if somebody has deceived you or anything like that, there was a point in your life where you finally decided to make peace with it, okay? And so all those things that used to torment your mind, you decide you're just not going to let it torment your mind anymore. So the fact that this is crossing you is telling me that you might be, because of this new project or relationship, whatever it is, because of this new thing, it's like you might be backtracking some. In your recent past, you have patience. Now with this card, it's a 1 and a 4, which equals 5, and 5 is usually about change. So something changed in your life, possibly, that brought you to this place of making peace with things. It could have been a spiritual awakening. It could have been likely a spiritual awakening, because patience is a virtue, right? And it's a virtue that we learn or that we develop based on experiences. It's part of our personal evolution and things like that. So something has happened in your past that actually caused this to take place, where you decided you're just going to make peace with everything. Your overall, your crowning energy is the call. So I'm feeling like whatever this new project is, whatever this new thing is that you're trying to turn into something tangible, that you have taken from your mind and have turned it into something tangible. It's almost like you felt called to do it. You feel like not only is it going to benefit you financially, possibly, but it's going to benefit other people. Because whenever we get a card like this, rarely is it just about just us, because we find out at some point in our life that there's so much more out there than what we ever thought or imagined, and it's like it's like we're pulled to make a difference in our world or the world at large in some way or another. So, and that's your overriding energy right now. Whatever this new thing is that you've got going on, it's because of this crown. It's like you feel very called to do this. It's almost like it's your mission work, okay? In the near future, we're getting the King of Air. So what this tells me is that you have the potential to be so very successful with whatever this project is, that you're going to be able to bring it to fruition. In other words, the King of Air is very intellectual. He's very smart. He's very strategic. He detaches his emotions from his decisions. He doesn't allow he doesn't allow things like this or this to stand in the way of a business decision. In other words, whatever these things are that you might still be hanging on to a little bit, he doesn't allow that to keep him from moving forward and doing what's best for his kingdom or his empire. So your attitude about all this right now, about this whole situation, is that you are perhaps at a standstill. You're trying to figure out what's your next best step. Is there a different way to approach it? You're looking at things differently. Perhaps it hasn't taken off the way you expected it to, or what. I mean, there could be a lot of different things. Excuse me. There could be a lot of different things going on, but it's like you've stepped back a little bit, and you're trying to figure out some things. So your outside influence is the 6 of Air. So this is the universe kind of directing you and trying to help move you into smoother waters. Whatever these things were, these issues were, that had you bound for so long that you might be taking back a little bit. You might be slipping back into some behavior, or just allowing the thoughts about it to make you feel small or whatever. This is trying to keep you moving in the right direction right now. It's your guides, your spirit guides, your angels, your archangels. They are trying to keep you headed in the direction of smoother water. Your hopes and your fears, you have the Three of Water. Okay, so with the Three of Water, it's the same as the Three of Cups, and the Three of Cups is somewhat about, in some instances, it's about competition, worrying about competition, and in some instances, it's about celebration. So with this particular card, if you notice, that woman in that card has a like not a very celebratory face. So it's like she's worked hard. So this is telling me, Scorpio, that you've worked hard to fill your cups. You've worked very hard to align yourself with mind, body, and spirit. You've worked very hard to make sure that you are where you need to be to affect the kind of change that you're trying to affect. So your hope is that you're going to continue to maintain this. Your fear is that you might slip back. You might not necessarily slip back as much as allow, whenever we go through things and sometimes we have a lot of guilt and shame associated with things that we've gone through. And it's hard to bring it out and let it help people if we've overcome something without it affecting us in some way. Because it's like every day, if we talk about it or write a book about it or whatever, it's like it's almost like every day we're reminding ourselves why we're not worthy. But the truth is, we've overcome some stuff, so we're very worthy. The truth is, when you're born, you're worthy. But we play games with ourselves. So it's like this woman, her face, to me, it's more like, thank you. It's not celebratory like, yeah, I'm so excited I did this or whatever. I'm so excited I accomplished this. It's like, thank you. I knew that this hard work, I knew that my willingness to be authentic and raw and vulnerable with people would make a difference. So your hope is that you can continue to do that. Your fear is that that you're not going to be able to, for whatever reason, or that somebody may come in, some kind of competition or whatever, may come in and make a mockery of everything that you've done somehow. Okay, so your potential outcome is Seven of Earth. The Seven of Earth is almost like the minor arcana of this card, because the Seven of Earth is the same as the Seven of Pentacles, and the Seven of Pentacles is about trusting the process of the universe. It's about divine timing. And whenever we are conditioned to go out there and make it happen, make it happen, make it happen, what we have a hard time pulling back and allowing the universe to do its job. It's like we think we have to do it all. We have to figure out the outcome. But there's something to trusting the process. I keep hearing trusting the process, and I'm hearing attraction-based marketing. Okay, so this is where it's almost like where instead of I've been a salesperson all my life, and I really, really enjoyed sales. One time I sold cars, And my biggest fight was never with the customer, it was with the management, because they have all these processes and these, not schemes, that's not the right word, but they want you to do it their way. Well, I've always been a needs-based salesperson. Like, I want to listen to what your needs are and what your wants are, and I want to help you find what you're looking for, right? That's how I've always approached sales, and it's been very successful for me. So whenever I would go into a company, like whenever I started selling cars, and they wanted me to do this and upsell that and blah, 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 and I'm sitting here thinking, if they don't need it, I'm not going to, shove it down their throat, just not going to do it. So with this situation, I don't know why I'm feeling this needs to be said, but especially if it's something that you've been called to do. If the universe has called you to do it, the universe is going to provide with it. So it's like the struggle with trying to market it and get in front of more people, or use the right AdWords, or use the right whatever that situation, whatever it is that your struggle is. And I feel like I'm talking to somebody, I feel like I'm talking to a lot of people, really, because a lot of people are trying to figure out new ways to earn money and new ways to draw in support and fans and all that other stuff. So I feel like this is saying, do you, and then do what you know, and then trust the process. Because if you were called to do this, and I feel like whatever it is you're doing, Scorpio, you feel very called to do it. So if you were called to do this, you have to trust that when you do your part, the universe is going to do their part. Basically, is what I used a whole lot of words to say that. If you do what you were called to do, the universe is going to take care of the rest. And I hope that's clear. I hope you're understanding that. I just want to dig a little deeper into this 10 of air, the 10 of swords, where you felt betrayed, or possibly you betrayed somebody, or you betrayed yourself, or whatever it is, and see, why is that card showing up as a crossing card? Because 10s are about completion. So it's like, and because it's the 10 and then the 7 underneath it as the root issue, I'm feeling like what it's saying is you got on top of something, and now it's like it's sneaking back in. And because it's air, it may just be mentally. It may just be mental games that you're playing with yourself. Okay. So God, guides, angels, archangels, and Holy Spirit, thank you so much for, I always split the decks to shuffle them, to do that little thing, because, I don't know, my hands don't work it doesn't work the other way. Okay, God, guides, angels, archangels, Holy Spirit, I thank you so much for this reading for Scorpio. I thank you for this very positive message, and I ask you for clarification on this 10 of air. Show us a little bit more about what this is about, please. Why is this 10 of air showing up as a crossing whenever it's something that they would have completed? Okay, so we're getting the Queen of Cups. We're getting the Hermit. And we're getting the Ace of Wands. Okay, so this was some really deep emotional healing that you went through, whatever this issue was. It was very emotional in that, and it's directly related to this new whatever it is that you have going on. Okay, so it was like, it could be like from years and years of emotional torment, mental torment, all that stuff. It's like it was very, very there's quite a bit of red, dark root chakra type colors in here. So it's something that came from childhood almost, that you actually overcame. It's something that lived with you for a long time, that you overcame it. It was a huge emotional deal for you. And the way that you overcame it was you went within and asked yourself and asked God and or your guides, your angels, whoever it is that you work with, help me figure this out. Help me overcome it. Show me the way to do it. And not only did they help you, but they gave you a process. They gave you, it's like they gave it to you in a way that you could help other people. And that's what this is about. That you feel like that everything that you went through is now allowing you to help other people overcome similar issues. Okay? So yeah, this is, and so what, and you actually did overcome it. But the reason it's crossing you okay, they're reminding me. Crossing can be pushing or pulling you forward or pulling you backward, okay? So the fact that you overcame it, you completed the cycle, it helped push you forward on this journey. And the other thing is that to be conscientious of making sure that it stays that way, that you're not necessarily falling backwards with the mind games that we play with ourselves. Don't backtrack on this. You worked way too hard to get to where you are, to allow yourself to backtrack. Okay? So don't backtrack as far as, because it's the air, that tells me it's communication and a lot of mind games and stuff like that. They're just saying, remember that you did make peace with it. You did overcome it. You did make peace with it. And be patient with yourself. Continue to be patient with yourself. This was in your recent past that you decide to be patient with yourself and let this work its way out. So yeah, Scorpio, it looks like you are on your path. You're doing your thing, and you might be a little held up right now, because that's why I keep thinking this is some mind games you're playing with yourself, because you're kind of stuck. So just be patient with yourself. Review what you did. Review what you did to overcome it. Go within. Remember what it was that it took for you to get victory over this. And then like I said, the outcome is all about divine timing. You do your part and let the universe do their part, because they didn't call you to do this if they didn't have a successful outcome for you. Okay. Oops. Okay, Scorpio, we're going to get a PS. Let's see what it is that the universe has to say in addition. And look, your near future, you're about to overcome all of those mind games. And like I said, this is a leader. This is somebody who people follow. So that is your near future. Okay. Scorpio, show me. God, guides, angels, archangels, Holy Spirit, show us what is the PS for Scorpio in this message. Okay. You've got the Knight of Wands. Okay, so they're saying continue to move forward with your message. The Wands is usually very passionate. It's about passion, inspiration, spiritual stuff. Continue to move forward. You are moving forward. Continue that movement forward. The Queen of Cups. Okay, so You've got the Queen of Cups here as part of how you were able to overcome this by really digging deep into your emotions. And you've got the Queen of Cups again. Okay, so I feel like that it's reminding you how you achieved what you achieved, and don't forget, go back to those practices, go back to whatever it is that got you to where you are whenever you overcame it all, and then be willing to share that in a very loving way with people. You know, be willing to share those practices. I feel like it's something that you've already started doing. To be sincere and to be vulnerable, to be raw. Okay, oh wait, look, I don't know why. I guess I need to shuffle one more time before I pull that last card. Okay, God, guides, angels, archangels, Holy Spirit, show us the last card. It's the Knight of Cups. So the Knight of Cups moves forward, offering love, offering compassion, offering truth, vulnerability, those kinds of things. So yeah, you're on the right track. Don't play mind games with yourself. You got this. All right, Scorpio. I hope this made sense to you. Go out there, have a super duper day, and until next time, see you then. Bye.